even goyim, even people that are not Jewish, are starting to think that sometimes they're better off keeping their kids at home and homeschooling them than sending them to some of these public schools. With all the crimes that happen every day and the shootings, that's become normal. I remember maybe 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when they first had the shooting, I think the Columbine shooting, it was probably maybe 15 years ago or so, or longer. The whole country was shocked. Everyone was shocked. It was, couple of crazy kids killed a bunch of innocent people, miskinim. Everyone was shocked. And rightly so. But you fast forward a little over 10 years, every other week we hear somebody shot somebody. And it's like, oh, another shooting, another private school that got shot, another public school that got shot, another kid that had, his parents had too many guns, another kid that was able to order guns over the internet. Oh yeah, it's their fault, it's this one's fault, it's that one's fault, it's this one's fault. Okay, but there's 50 people just died this week because some kid killed them because he's playing too many video games. So here you see the Jewish elementary schools. It's not saying, he didn't establish elementary schools. It specifically says he established Jewish elementary schools. Why Jewish elementary schools different than anything else? Because if it's Jewish elementary schools, it's going to teach you Da'at Torah. It's going to teach you the mindset of God. And God, even before He gave us the Torah, He gave the Goyim, He gave the whole world the 7 Noahide laws, which all of mankind must obey in order to have civilization, civilized. When we have yeshivas and we have an opportunity to send our kids to these yeshivas, you have to literally do whatever you can to get your kid to this school. Because once he goes to yeshiva, and if it's a good yeshiva where there's, teachers are normal, not one of these horror story yeshivas where the teachers are really just wearing a costume but they're really wicked people. A normal yeshiva under normal circumstances, you're doing your child the best favor you could possibly do him. And the reason why is because he's going to learn what God said. And what God said is what he needs to hear. Not just for that time, but forever. The Balaam, one of the major sages that, it's considered that he started the Musar movement, Rabbi Israel Misalant. There's a story of one time he saw that his parents are trying to collect money for the kid to go to school, to go to yeshiva, and he sees that nobody's giving any money. Nobody's giving any money. He's studying, he's learning, he's a Ruach HaKodesh. This is a holy person. He didn't just stop his studying for no reason. He sees nobody's giving any money. He sees the little kid is doing nothing, has nothing to do. It's afternoon, he can't go to school, can't pay for school, trying to get money. He stops. He says, "Sell the Sefer Torah." It's like, what? Why do we need to sell the Sefer Torah? Sell the Sefer Torah so you can give this kid the ability to go to school. It's more important that he goes to school and gets Torah education and not have a Sefer Torah. He said that people spend tens of thousands of dollars just to have their name written on a Sefer Torah on the cover, especially in the Sephardic, Kehilot, like us. We have our name on the cover of the Sefer Torah. Ashkenazis have the felt, so it's written a little differently. But Sefer Torah itself is the same. But we get all the kavod of having the Sefer Torah, and then you have a party, and the party itself costs an extra few $1,000s, and the Sefer Torah costs $30, $40, $50, $60, $100,000. And the Beit Knesset already has 5 of them. It's not like they're lacking. There's really no Beit Knesset that's lacking, Baruch Hashem, Sefer Torah. There's some Beit Knesset in New York that have over 100 Sefer Torahs. But yet, you have many struggling families where they can't afford to send their kids to yeshiva. How could it be? How does anybody get, wrap their head around it? Instead of spending $50,000 on a Sefer Torah, take that same money and help some kids go to yeshiva. Have some kids actually learn the Torah, not just have some book that nobody reads. Learn the scroll. You already have the scroll. You don't need to buy another one. You'll have much more merit from every mitzvah this little child is going to make by going to yeshiva than you having your name inscribed in some Sefer Torah. Okay, maybe you're not going to have the kavod in this world, but you'll have the kavod in the next world. That's what matters. But unfortunately, we don't know. We don't do.